Hey, Punch Bunch! Hey, it's Clef from Punchboard Paradise, and today I'm coming to you with a video on the coin game rankings. So, if you're not familiar with what a coin game is, coin game stands for counterinsurgency. It's a system that GMT Games puts out. Basically, most of the time it's a four-player game with each faction having a different win condition. Almost kind of like a tug of war. Like one faction will be looking for support, like the government, and then the insurgent factions will be looking for trying to basically make people uprise versus the government. And so, like I said, there's different things. It depends on which game. I'm not going to go into it fully right now. Probably if you want to watch this video, you probably know what coin games are already. But so today I'm going through just my, I guess, least favorite to my favorite, which for me, least favorite is still a great game. I still love it, to my favorite coin game. So without further ado, let's get going here. So my number 12, and by the way, there's 12 of them. A lot more coming, so eventually I'll probably update this video. But right now, there's 12 of them, so I'm going with that. So my number 12, Colonial Twilight. This is the French-Algerian War from 1954 to 1962. Like I said, most of them are four-player, but there are a couple of two-player and three-players. This is one of the two-players. I like this one. It just is one of the one. I'm definitely not saying, hey, let's play it. And, you know, if somebody said it, I might say, hey, I might suggest a different one. It's still good. Maybe the time period is not all that interesting to me. So this one just kind of gets to the, to the end of it. Still will play it, still love it. But my number 12, Colonial Twilight. All right. So, my number 11, I like how I said that there's mostly four players, and I'm showing you the two and the three. This is a three-player. This one here is called All Bridges Burning. This is the Red Revolt and White Guard in Finland, 1917 to 1918. Like I said, it's a three-player. It's very interesting in the fact that you have kind of the German faction and the Russian faction fighting against each other, and then the third player is kind of the news. It's the personality trying to kind of report on things, which is very interesting. This is one that I still want to give more time to, and like I said, I really enjoy this one. It just is going to have other games that are just going to be more that I want to play more. So anyway, so that is All Bridges Burning. And my number 11. So my number 10 is the newest one that has come out, which is called People Power. So this is insurgency in the Philippines in 81 to 86. I like it. It's very, I don't want to say simplistic, but it's very easy. It's definitely one that I would almost suggest to people if they've haven't played a coin game. This would be a decent one to start off with. For one thing, you only need 3 people. But it doesn't have a lot of bloat and a lot of other different things going on, so it's a little bit easier just to jump right in. One thing I really like about this game is you can honestly, all factions are eligible to take a turn, to take an action on a turn, which most of the games you're not. So anyways, yeah, so that's my number at 10 is People Power. Moving on to my number 9 now. I know this is a favorite of a lot of people really like this one a lot, and I like it, but I feel like I want to really play. I hate to say that the Taliban is probably the most fun of the factions to play in this one, and the warlords are really tough to play. And then if you're the U.S., you kind of are sharing resources, and I like it. It just is not one of my favorites out of all of them. That's why it's gone down here on the list. This is the first 4-player one, by the way, that I've pulled out. But it is insurgency in Afghanistan. So it's a time period that we're all pretty familiar with, at least, people of my age. Let's not talk about my age, but let's just, what people know about this time period a little more than maybe they do the older ones. It's still good. I would still play it in an instant second. Somebody said, hey, let's play. I'd be like, I'm on it. Let's play a little distant playing. But for me, that's going to come in at number 9. So now we're ready for number 8. And number 8 is also one of the new ones. It just came out not too long ago. And this is a 2-player only. So far I've had 2-player, 3-player, 3-player, 4-player, 2-player. I think that's it. I think the rest of them are all 4-player. But this one is really sharp. sometimes, like with Colonial Twilight, I felt like sometimes it didn't feel as coin with me, where British Way did an excellent job. Now, technically, the British Way is not part of the coin system. It's called a multi-pack. They actually call it Volume 1 multi-pack, because it has 4 different maps in it. So you can, and in fact, the first map is like almost dead simple, like almost teaching you how to play a coin game, and then the maps kind of get a little more complicated as you go along. But it's excellent. I mean, it is coin in a 2-player setting. If you've ever wanted to try coin and you're like, well, I don't have 3 other people that are willing to try it, but I've got 1 person, this is definitely the way to go. I would 100% recommend the British Way. So, okay. All right. Next on the list, we've got Cuba Libre. All right, so this is obviously Castro's insurgency back in the late 50s time period. So this is the first. This was this is volume 2. So this is the second. The next one coming up here shortly is going to be the first one ever came out. But this one, it's great. It's small map, very small map. So it's very you don't have a lot of big movements and things that you have to worry about, but yet it still packs a really good punch. Definitely, if this time period interests you, this one is just great. It's got just all kind of cool things going on in it with the different factions, and I love this one. I mean, honestly, I keep saying, I mean, these are least favorites. Still, I mean, these are still top games for me of all time. You know, this one is starting to get, these are starting to get where the ones I really, really, really like. So, love Cuba Libre. So, all right, moving on to my next one. Now, well, I sure didn't think about this, did I, Punch? This is going to be kind of in the way here at some point, so I might have to kind of, I don't know, we'll do something here. I'll just start doing it this way. Hi, I'm over here. Okay, so we got good old Liberty or Death here. This one used to be one of my favorites, and I still love this. I love the time period. I love how, you know, you've got the great, you know, Patriots with the different leaders. So this one has leaders in it, which is so cool. You can play with Washington. You know, the British get to play with Howe and, you know, different other generals. And it is so awesome. The only thing that has gotten to me with this one is and some people are like, I don't care, I love playing the Indians or I love playing the French, but sometimes those can kind of get a little bit just tedious, I guess, and sometimes I want to just jump in and start rolling, and so that's one thing that I miss. And I know a lot of people say, oh, they love playing Liberty or Death 2-player, because if you play it 2-player, one player can control the French and the Patriots, and then one player controls the Indians and the British. But boy, I don't know, my brain just can't go that much, or at least it couldn't before last time I tried it at 2-player. But once again, once to say these are amazing games. So Liberty or Death, if you love this time period, and the map, gorgeous. I mean, the map is absolutely beautiful. So, all right, so that's Liberty or Death. All right, next up, Gandhi. All right. Wow, what a game. What a cool game. This is the first one that had non-violent factions in it, obviously, aka Gandhi. And it actually has a Gandhi piece, which is just so powerful and so cool. But it has some different ways of playing the game, because you know, kind of the ones before it were more go in and, you know, you had attack, you know, orders, and you had different things like that. Where in Gandhi, you don't have any of that. You're just doing demonstrations, and you're trying to score, you know, trying to kind of move your thing up that way. So, really great game. Gandhi, I mean, yeah, I love this one. All right, what do we got next? All right, now I know this is probably like when I hear a lot of people talking, there's 3 games that I hear a lot of people say are their number ones. You know, Distant Plane, I hear a lot of people, they love that one. This next one is the one that I hear a lot of people. And in fact, if you want a little even more comprehensive, like if you're liking coin games, you want to hear another list, one YouTube channel called The Player's Aid. They do all GMT, a lot of war game stuff, and they just about a month ago did a review on all the coin games, and they ranked them, and both of their top game, I don't spoil it, but I guess I already have spoiled it, so too bad, is going to be is this one, which is Fire in the Lake. This is the Vietnam time, so it's almost like, in a way, feels like a perfect coin game because it has everything. You have the government of, obviously you've got the U.S. going in there and trying to deal with stuff. You've got, you've got the South Vietnamese working with them, and then you got the insurgents. You got the VC. They're trying to do their thing and trying to go in and make little strikes. Obviously they can't just go and have a full-out war versus the U.S. They'd get destroyed, so they're doing their thing, just like history. I mean, this is like history in a box. This game is so awesome. I mean, I love it. I want to play it right now just talking about it. So anyways, that's going to be my number 4. That's a Fire in the Lake. Oh boy, guys, here's where it's getting good. Okay, all right, it's already been good, but it's getting even better. Now this one, some people think I'm crazy, but I'm not, because this game is great. This is just grandiose. The map is humongous. There's just all kind of things going on. I'm not even going to make you wait any longer. It's Pendragon. Woo! Man, is this a game. The thing that I think I love the most about Pendragon that no other coin game does is, depending on where the game state is, and there's a state of where kind of the Romans are still in charge of Britain, and then there's a point where if something happens and they're no longer in control of Britain, the factions' win conditions change, which is just phenomenal. I mean, all the other games here, every win condition, it's going to be the same throughout the game. There's no differences. In Pendragon, the win conditions can change depending on what's going on in the state of the game, which is just phenomenal and just so cool. Some people don't like Pendragon for a couple of reasons. One, there's a couple of factions, the Scotties and the Saxons, which they roll a lot of dice. And a lot of people are like, I don't want to roll a lot of dice when it comes to coin games. And I understand that, but it's just, it works for me and I don't mind it. And then a lot of people don't like the fact that it's very, the battling system can be a little bit hard to understand, especially if you haven't done it before and you're like, okay, this and this, and you have to have this, and this warband cuts this, and this hilltop. I mean, there's all kind of stuff with it. It can be really, really tough to kind of grasp to start with. And once you get it, though, it rolls, and I mean, it's just such a cool game. It's beautiful. I think my only thing that is a little tough is a lot of these games, like, well, obviously Liberty or Death or even Cuba Libre, you're trying to look for a location. It's pretty easy to find a location. Well, in Pendragon, sometimes the names are, and it's such a big map, it's so hard to find things on it, especially when the board's all full with all the wooden pieces and stuff. But that's minor thing there. So my number 3, Pendragon. Okay, I don't know. Did I put these all up here right? All right, they don't look too bad. So now we're ready for number 2. So we're close now. So number 2, I'm going to grab down here my number 2, and this is the first coin game ever released, and I still absolutely love this one, and that is Andine and Abyss. I mean, wow, what a game. Just absolutely, this is the Columbia time, kind of like the, so you've got, you kind of have the drug lords or the cartel, you've obviously got the government, so just fantastic. It's a bigger map than Cuba Libre, and so you have got a lot more where you can move, and there's, like rail line communications that you're blocking off and trying to stop. It's just phenomenal. I mean, such a great game. I mean, I guess they started off with a bang, and I mean, continue to get great, but for me, this is going to be rolling right into my number 2 spot, Andine and Abyss. All right. So that brings us to boom! Number one. Now, all of you coin game people already know which one is missing here. And if you don't, I wouldn't necessarily ever suggest this one as a first play. I mean, people might say, hey, what one would you think is a great first play? I don't think my number 1 is. What would I say? Like I said, I mean, the British way, just to kind of learn a little bit about the coin system, is great. I think like a Cuba Libre is a really good first one. If you've got a few experienced players, Liberty or Death's not bad because it's one that, you can almost have a little bit of hand holding while you're doing it. Those are some great choices. But boy, if you have gotten into coin and you have not played this and you want to try it out, this is it right here. And this is my man Caesar, Fallen Sky. Boom! So Caesar, you got Vercingetorix, you got just the wonderfulness. I mean, my friend group always teases me because I have tried to play Caesar in this game like, I don't know, 7, 8 times. And let's just say I've yet to win with Caesar. But that's okay because it's still phenomenal. I love it. It's so good for me. And I know a lot of people, this is their number ones. And, I'm right there with them. I just absolutely, for me, the time period, I love ancient Rome history. I love Caesar history. I mean, Julius Caesar was just, obviously one of the greatest military minds, just minds of all time. I mean, he's well known for everything he did, and this is just one of those time periods that just really fascinates me. And so this brings it along. Pendragon has a little bit of it. Doesn't obviously. This is way past Caesar's time here in Pendragon, but this is just amazing. So all right, so that's my number 1, Fallen Sky. So there you go. So least to favorite, the 12 that are out. There is something like 5 or 6 more that are in, are on their production right now. I think we got first one coming here soon called Red Dust Rebellion, which is the first kind of fictional coin game. So it takes place on Mars, and so I'm excited about that one. There's like a Japan one coming. There's just a bunch of cool ones coming that I'm excited about. And hey, one of these days I'll redo this. But right now, talking about what we got here, we got the 12 current coin games. Hey, if you got any questions, shoot them in the old comment section, and I'll try to answer them. If you like this video, hey, give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe to good old Punchboard Paradise. And if you like, go ahead and check out our podcast at Punchboard Paradise, or go to punchboardparadise.com. And we're on all those. You can also email us at punchboardparadise@gmail.com. All right, everybody, have a good one. Bye.